Hey, I'm Jay Thomas from Jay Thomas Auto, and welcome to Hot Rod Hangout for this week. We're over at Rod's Hot Rods in Faithful Avenue. I got Rod with me again, of course, and it's time to check out what is new in the showroom, and I cannot believe it. Like, there was 12 last week, and there's
You're doing it again.
Tons more coming up next week, and we got some new stuff here right now. So, we're going to talk about a pair of Chevelles. We're going to talk about
A pair of Mustangs.
some Mustangs, and over in the front showroom.
Half car, half truck.
Half car, half truck. And a really special Chevelle we're gonna start with right now. One that is like a one in a lifetime, getting to see this car, getting to drive this car.
Yeah, we've actually had people coming in taking pictures because it's such a rarity.
Such a rarity. So let's explain what that's all about right now. Okay, Rod, we are looking at something really special here. Like, we showed it off last week in the video, and it was kind of like, oh yeah, nice black 66 Chevelle.
You know what, I'm even learning more about this car as the days go on. I've had people coming in, just taking pictures. It's just something that you're not gonna see. This is not a Malibu SS. This is a US 138 actual 396 SS car. And the documentation is crazy. We even have notes, a handwritten note right from the original owner of this car.
Yeah, let's pull that out.
Yeah,
because this is what came with it. This is really cool.
Like an actual, and it's talking about the phone numbers and stuff. It's talking about increase the horsepower at the dealer. That's why there's different valve covers, because there's roller rockers now, so they're a taller valve cover.
But done at the dealership.
Done at the dealership. Then that goes on to say, was sold to a museum in Florida, displayed in a glass case until purchased by Reggie Jackson, and then sold at Barrett-Jackson in 1987.
Wow.
And we even have the original Barrett-Jackson stuff from back in the day when it was sold.
Look at that.
Like handwritten.
Like vintage Scottsdale, yeah. You know, that's even the paper's worth money.
Yeah, Reggie Jackson collection, right?
That's crazy.
And all the, like, the window sticker.
There it is, look at that, yep.
And
window stickers in there, the bill of sale is in there.
Bill of sale, shipper's documents.
Holy crap.
I even have, like Reggie Jackson's documents, his actual power of attorney to sell the car. Like, it's absolutely crazy. All the original owner's manuals and like
everything.
Everything.
Even with the plastic case.
Yeah.
So what is so special about this is that it is a one of a kind. I mean, there's so few of these, right?
There's so few. That's because it's a 375 horse, solid lifter, a 396, so it's a big horsepower, and they didn't make very many of these. There's a lot of 325 horse cars, which are also special cars, don't get me wrong. But this is such a rarity. We had Calvin Jansen down here today, and he was going through stuff and verified like the numbers on the block, and even the numbers on the carburetor are only for a 375 horse 4-speed car. And I don't know how he knows all that stuff, but he does.
Yeah, he's that guy.
He's that guy, and he verified all this stuff for me. So it's crazy.
So it is like, it's sitting here, and it's a miracle, like, you know, and for it to be in this kind of shape, and then have the, what can you call it? The heritage,
the pedigree,
you know, of being, you know, all the documentation. Reggie Jackson, one of the original, you know, that's unbelievable.
Yeah, there's even a race history with this car back in, I don't know if it's the late 70s. They have cutouts in the exhaust, and they have the tires and rims in the back they used to race with, the old bias ply.
Really?
And they're still in the trunk, yeah.
They're still in the trunk. So like, we're looking at a museum piece here. We know it's been repainted?
Yes.
Has been repainted.
Yeah, that's the only thing changed, other than the roller rockers, and it's been painted.
But that was like a dealership accessory, basically, you know, done when it was new.
Well, the dealership painted it back in the day, as the dealership did the roller rockers on it too.
Yep.
Yep.
Wow.
Which is all documented, which is cool.
Is it ever? Like, that is something else. And the thing is, you wouldn't know it. You know, it's an SS Chevelle. It's really cool, but until you really dig into it, you don't realize exactly what you're looking at.
I didn't either until I learned more about it and did my own homework.
Behold the glory. We are like standing witness to something absolutely amazing. And interior is just beautiful too. Man, look, it's got the original keys. Man, oh man. That is super cool. Should be SC instead of SS. Super cool.
Super cool.
Yep. Okay, Rod, what are we looking at in here? We're back in the showroom in the front of the building.
This is a 1967 El Camino, half car, half truck.
The truck.
That's exactly. This is a California car. So it's factory 327.
Yep.
It's pretty loaded up, like power antenna, buckets console, the factory 3-speed auto, which is pretty rare too.
Oh.
The air conditioning is really cool.
Yeah, that is.
Factory.
I was just gonna dive in there because we've got the big Frigidaire down there.
Yeah, and it works.
And it works.
Which is kind of crazy.
Which is awesome.
This car is the second time it's been here. I sold this to a gentleman in Calgary about 2 months ago, and I just did another deal with him, and this car made it back, which I was glad to have it back.
Yeah, it's gorgeous. Wow. Neat paint too.
Yeah.
It's kind of a goldy brown in a sort of way, but it's a really correct, like, is this the original color?
Yes, it is. Again, Calvin Jansen was here, the Chevelle guy.
Yep.
And he checked the data tags, and yes, this is the correct Granada gold color, and it's the correct brown interior, tannish color. I can't remember the name of it, but it's the correct color interior.
Well, it's gold on gold, because look at that.
Basically, but they got fancy names for all that stuff.
Sure, of course, yeah. Wow.
But a factory air buckets console.
Yeah, buckets console in a El Camino is, you know, like you'd expect.
A bench.
A bench.
Typically, yeah.
Because there's the rest of the car's missing, so if you're going to take 3 people, you'd have to have that. But no, it's a sports car. It's, you know, it's a sport El Camino.
Truck.
Sport
People
truck.
that didn't know how these were made. These are made out of wagons.
Oh.
So you can see this little added piece in the back here, in the back of the bed.
Yep.
That would be the footwell for where the back seat was.
Oh.
So this is a wagon that they took the top off and they filled the back.
Yep.
Voila, you got your El Camino.
Well, not to mention too that usually wagons had beefier rear end, like beefier suspension in the rear, which makes sense with a car like this too, because it's got to have
truck,
truck, whatever we want to call it. But I mean, it's got to have some weight carrying capacity, some payload, right?
Here's a question for you.
Yep.
What's the first year of the El Camino? When did they introduce it? See how efficient you are on your.
I know Ford came out with the
El
Ranchero.
Camino,
I know,
yeah.
But I know like it was in the 50s, right? Oh yeah. See, okay, I'm gonna take a stab. I'm gonna say 57.
For the El Camino or for the Ford?
I thought Ford was first, but maybe I'm wrong.
No, Ford was first, 57. Okay, now the Chevy. What's the first year of the Chevy El Camino?
Oh. 59 with the crazy wings.
Yes, bat wings.
I knew
59.
that. I knew that. It just took me a second.
That's the first year of the El Camino.
I do, and I've seen one before.
My wife calls it the El Rancho. So she thinks they're all the same. The Ford, the Chevy,
the El
whatever
Rancho.
that's a car truck is an El Rancho.
I love that.
Sounds like chicken, but
the newest chicken shop in town, the El Rancho.
El Rancho.
Yeah, this is cool though. This is like stunningly cool. You know, it's
actually the old KFCs back in the day in the 60s. They were called El Rancho.
Were they really?
Yep.
Oh, there's actually some wood grain back here too. I've never seen that before. Didn't know that was a thing.
Yeah.
Cool.
MacTac.
Well, yeah, pretty much. If you want more info, go to rodshotrods.ca. Let's go back into the back of the showroom here. We're going to go back through the doors. What? Everything's in here. It's looking awesome.
Looking at a little bare right now. We got some getting loaded for transport, more coming in. So
that's right. Okay, let's go back to another Chevelle. We've got this one right here because it's right in front of us.
This is a 67. There's slight differences from the 7 to the 6.
Yes.
There's this little bump out here on the front. That's how you tell the difference from a 6 to a 7.
So the bump out is the 67, the flat front
is like the 66.
66.
Yep.
Okay, yeah.
So this is 67 Malibu Sport Coupe.
Yep.
So 283 factory. This would have came, as Calvin Jansen says, with a 2-speed glide. As per the data tag, this is the Canada car.
Okay.
So it's got the Canada data tag. Now it's got a 3-speed auto. Nice little crate small block.
Yeah.
Not a crate, well, it's a rebuilt small block, sorry.
But frame off restoration.
Frame off restoration.
Well, kind of a cool custom console, you know?
Yeah.
Sort of a neat job on that. A little different.
Aftermarket tilt column. It kind of looks stock though.
Oh, look what's in the back here.
That's when the car was built. And
yeah, I mean, it's got a Dragons, Rod Show first place in 2016. So there's some credentials, you know.
We've had a lot of comments on the color of this car because I can't describe what color it is. I thought it was silver, but it's not silver, but it's not tan. It's like a shiny tan.
It's champagne.
With a twist?
Yeah.
I don't know. It's kind of like clay, but shiny clay.
This was built for some, somebody built this and they did a heck of a job for themselves, right? I mean,
yeah. And here's the plan for this car. There's a couple of guys looking at it currently, and if it doesn't sell in the next couple of days, I've got parts on order. We're doing the full wheel wood brake kit. We're doing all the QA1 adjustable coilovers, the big wheels, LS swap. This will be a pro touring car. That's the next step for this car if it doesn't sell in the next couple of days. I know there's lots of purists, don't wreck a Chevelle, but there's also the guys that want the pro touring car. So
cool. Very nice. Yeah, it's like every detail. The paint's amazing.
Yeah, it's a nice car.
Okay, let's go over here to 73. Let's make a transition. We kind of teed this up last week, and we thought we'd kind of, keep going with it.
Touch on it a little bit, yeah.
This is a really cool Mustang. And these, I actually have a model, one of these, when I was a kid. It was yellow, but it was one of these.
Most of them were yellow.
Yeah. And the body style is, it's kind of into the Mustang 2 category. This is almost
not the most popular body style. Everyone wants the 69 or 70 Mach 1s, Boss 302s, or the 67, 8 Eleanor cars or the Bullet cars. The 6s, the fastbacks are cool, but these are starting to come up now.
Yep.
And this is a pretty rare one with all the documentation. There again, we have the original bill of sale, the window sticker, shipping documents.
Yeah,
and it's a Q code, Cobra Jet 351.
Look at
very, very well done.
It's so
nice
clean.
Restoration.
The restoration is just amazing. All the right stickers, the auto light, battery, like everything, down to the last nut and bolt.
The only thing that I might want to do, this is a factory vinyl top car. Yep. You can see with the little chrome piece on top there that would separate, so the vinyl top would be here, but not back there.
Right.
So I might do the vinyl top on it yet.
Just kind of bring it back to what it was.
And the wheels, the possibility, would have the Magnum 500s.
But the interior is awesome. You can't quite see it in the video, but the vinyl is actually kind of metallic and has a bit of a reflection to it. It's really cool. Again, spectacular. And anybody can drive it. It's an automatic, so it's easy to drive. That's pretty fun, pretty awesome. Wow. And the last one we want to cover, one more Mustang, right?
Yeah, it's kind of a cool one. It's a newer one, 2007 Mustang GT is what it started out as.
Yep.
But it's been transformed. It has the full Eleanor kit that was put on it. The motor's been worked a little bit, new cam. It was just dyno tuned, Performance Plus in Saskatoon. Side exhaust, 20s on it. Drives amazing, super fun to drive. It sounds killer with that side exhaust.
Well, and that's a nice thing. You've got something here kind of for everybody.
Yep.
And, if somebody's looking for a classic, they're certainly going to find it. But this is just a fun, cool car. Yep. And if you want to get into the hobby, or you're in the hobby, but you want something that you can clearly go get parts at the dealership for, this is the car you can
modify
do that
this
with.
to do whatever you want.
Sure, yeah. But it's a modern car, so it's going to be reliable. We all know old cars are old cars, and as much as we love them, they're old cars, right? So somebody looking for a little different than that.
I always try and have at least one newer car around, for every taste. You can see all the bugs on the windshield. I just parked it here today, so this is what I was driving earlier today.
Yeah.
Haven't had time to get it cleaned up, but yeah, it's super cool, Eleanor. It looks killer, and it's not going to break the bank. Nope, for sure. Okay, Rod, so we've got 6 more vehicles coming next week. 6 new vehicles. So far. But wow, that 66 Chevelle is incredible. Like the black, it's too bad it's gone. It's leaving. I know. I was scared even driving it. So. But if you saw something you liked in this video, the 67 Chevelle, we got the newer Eleanor Mustang, the 71, the Mach 1 that's up there, or the El Camino in the front, get a hold of Rod by going to rodshotrods.ca. You can go to the website, right? Yep. There's videos like more of the stuff we've done here. Yep. Plus pictures of everything else that you've got going on around here. And the new stuff coming in, you'll have little pictures, little teasers. Yeah, so check that out there. And we'll see you next time on Rod's Hot Rods next week for another update.